We all know coordinates in Minecraft, but do we really know what they do? How they work? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain that. In Minecraft, all the coordinates are like a grid. Now, the y coordinate would require to have a 3D grid. So as you see when I'm moving, all the coordinates are going crazy because I'm using the Elytra. But one in particular is the y coordinate. That's what will require a 3D grid. So the y coordinate is your height. So you see that as I'm going down, the y coordinate just keeps on going down. Okay, so here I'm drawing the outline of the grid because as I explained like a minute ago, like Minecraft is like a grid. Now this is excluding the y coordinate, but talking about the x and z. So in math, you learn about grids first in like what, 3rd grade?
Yeah, in 3rd grade. And in there, it would actually be the x and y axis, but because there is a 3rd dimension, it would be the z axis instead. Because it would be base and width.
Yeah, so it's kind of replaced. So what would be the y-axis on there is actually the z-axis because it's replaced. But the basic gist of it is it's just like math. So each square in it is going to be a block. So as I said, each square is like a block in Minecraft. Now, as you can see, it's definitely not perfect. But what I'm writing now is the origin. The origin is at the coordinates 0, 0.
But in the 3rd realm, it would be 0, 0, 0, but this is just 2-dimensional, so for now it's 0, 0.
Yes. So right here you write the numbers, and this is where the negative and the positive comes in. So this is the way it looks, and basically the origin is the middle of it. It's the middle of everything. It may not be the spawn point, but that's the middle of everything, and that's where it all starts. So up from the origin would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and every single block. Obviously, I didn't draw a whole thing. Now, on console, the world's limited, but on Pocket Edition and PC, it's infinite, so obviously it'll go up a lot higher numbers than just whatever the console limit is. But, so, right here, on the lines that I'm drawing, is what is the x and y axis. This is just, it goes for every line going that direction, but just for now. Now, in math, it would be the x and y axis, but here, it would be the x and z axis. So the x is where the x axis is, and the y is where the z axis would actually be. So this is like this is what the origin of the world is. So if I go this way, z goes up. So this would be the right of the grid. Now if I go this way, it's the left. See how it goes negative? This way is the way that x goes down, and this way is the way that x goes up.
So coordinates are probably the most basic command using coordinates. And most players already know how to do TP, but some don't. So what you do is you would type in the chat /TP.
This doesn't work on console because there's technically no chat, but you can do it on PC and Pocket Edition.
So you would type in /TP, axis, y-axis, and z-axis.
And I'd also like to point out that
there, and if you want to teleport another player there, you could just type in their name and after
yeah, you do.
TP.
So let's say I was trying to teleport Andrew to wherever I was in the game. So since Andrew's name in Minecraft is frozen_flame, I do /TP frozen_flame and then the coordinates.
Yourself, you don't have to include your name. It just automatically knows that it's you, so you don't have to waste time on that. So anyways, the next one is /fill. It's one of the most helpful ones. Basically, if you're trying to build a really big structure, like just show us a really big structure. Like
there we go. I'm working on my house in console. And again, these things don't work in console, so
let's say you were trying to do the roof. Notice how the roof is completely coarse. There's some lamps on there, but those probably came afterwards. So /fill basically allows you to get 3 coordinates, and basically you would do /fill coordinate 1, 2, and 3 with spaces in between it, and then you would type in the block that you want to use, And if there's a space in the block.
Okay, I'd like to point out something that you said wrong. It's /fill, the first starting point, and then the second ending point, and then the block you want to use. Now, that's in Pocket Edition. In PC, it did not come up with suggestions, so you have to use the block ID number, which when you hover over the block with your mouse, it'll say the number right after its name. But in Pocket Edition, it comes up with block suggestions, and you can use the actual name.
Oh yeah, and that was also a mistake. You don't do 3 coordinates, you just do 2. So, let's say you had like a cube.
So also, I'd like to point out that the block that your feet is on, so this block right here, where the coordinates of this block are equivalent to where I am. But if I stand on it, then it will be equivalent to the coordinates of this block. I hope you get that. So I'm standing on this, so it's not equal to the coordinates of this quartz block below me. It's equal to a block that would be where I'm standing. So in order to do it, you'd have to dig a block down, and then you'd be on the coordinates, and then you'd find the coordinates here, and then you do /fill, and then you write these coordinates in, and then you'd go down here, and then you'd type these coordinates in. So don't put the commas in, just get rid of those. You just do /fill -270 space 7 space 44 space, and then the other coordinates.
Now, of course, if you're making a really tiny cube like the one you just made, you can honestly just build it way faster than just write them all down. But if you're making like an absolutely massive area, like a roof to a mansion,
AKA this. This would have been helpful to use /fill command, and then I could have just gone on the inside and then gone from the bottom to the top,
so
and then /fill with water.
Thing, instead of placing down blocks, if you want to get rid of them all, like if you're in a world and there's a giant mountain in your way, if you had like a giant mountain and you just wanted to get rid of it, instead of filling the area with a block name, you would just fill it with an item called air, aka nothing.
Yeah, the air you fly through, the air you breathe in real life. It's not that complicated.
And lastly, there's one more coordinate that we actually learned pretty recently, but it's quite a helpful one. It's called /clone. So if you wanted to duplicate something, like if you're making a village and you're like trying to design all these houses.
Also, I think the maximum, at least for Pocket Edition, the maximum amount of blocks that you can clone is like 4,702, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but...
So it can't be absolutely massive, but it can still be pretty big. So if you know what structure blocks are, it's basically exactly the same as structure blocks, but it's coordinates instead of just using a block.
You do / and then it comes up with the suggestions for Minecraft Pocket Edition. So for the thing we were just talking about, /TP, and then space, and then the squiggly line I was talking about. So on iOS, you go into the numbers 1, 2, 3 thing, and then you go into this like hashtag plus equal symbol, and then it's right there, and then you do the squiggly line 3 times for X, Y, and Z. Then you put it in, and then it shows where you've been teleported to. So on certain devices, it has this thing where basically I could just put it in, and then I can move the arrow to the end and then just put the / in so I could see it. But on my iPad, it doesn't. So that's one of the issues with my iPad. So for now, I'm just going to do it that way so I don't have to do my normal method of just kind of repeating it over and over and over and over. So it would be 80, well, it would be 18. And then you could do squiggly line, squiggly line, squiggly line. That way you don't have to find a bunch of different coordinates. You would just find one coordinate and then go to this other spot that you want it to fill. And then you could choose a block, but I'll just do that after. So then this thing moves my little typey arrow thing, so I can put the / in. But again, on iPads and stuff, you don't have that. I think on Android you always have it. I don't know. I don't really have any Android. And then I went like that. And then I'm in the block, but I just move. There we go. The area that I did is now filled with bookshelves. But anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video, and it was very, very helpful. If you want more explanatory videos like this, then please suggest it in the comments below. Bye!